Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Next Level Real Talk Podcast, where we have conversations on the journey of personal transformation and the pursuit of lasting peace and happiness with Sheldon and David. And welcome to another episode of Next Level Real Talk Podcast with Sheldon and David. Hey, David.
Hey, how we doing out there? How's your week going?
Everything is going great. Starting a new job, so we are,
That's
all
right.
excited about stuff. Things are going. Life
Right.
continues on, right? Things going on. We're just going to jump right into the homework, I think, right? Oh, actually, we're going to start with, hey, please like, subscribe, comment, give us a comment. We'd love the feedback. Share with the friends if you need to. If you feel like any of this stuff is relevant, we do appreciate that. It does help us to grow the channel. So
Yeah, we want to help you, obviously, but we want to help others. So make sure if you're listening, hey, my friend could probably do that. That's what we're here for.
yeah, exactly.
Networking.
Yep.
So, our
And then-
homework. Last week we were talking about several things, and about spilling over. What do you spill?
Yep.
That one, situation. Did you spill? Why'd you spill coffee? Because coffee was in the mug. That's why you spilled. So what were you spilling over? So your homework was, what is spilling over in you?
Yeah.
Okay, when
Noticing
situation, when life happens, what what is coming out of you? And so hopefully you took the time to look and see what's coming out, and not be mean to yourself, but just go like, whoa. I didn't realize
Noticed.
that. So now that it was brought up,
Yeah.
hope you continue to look at that, and you notice some things, and you're starting to make some, if you needed to, make some changes. Say, hey, what's going to spill out of me in times? It's not always going to be positive. We know that. Been there.
Yeah.
And so just know that it's okay. Just make some adjustments. Okay, I need to do better at this. And so hopefully you have some good
awareness is the first step, right? In making any
Yep.
kind of change, right? It's got to be aware of that.
Yep.
So paying attention.
So we're hoping that you had some good spillage. If I
Yeah.
can say that. It's okay
Yeah.
to spill.
Yeah.
Okay, as long as it's good. And hoping, as Sheldon's addition to the homework, was hopefully your car ride was better.
Yeah. You're
So
noticing what's spilling out during driving
yes.
in
I
traffic.
didn't add that. I'm just going to say Sheldon added that one. He added the hard homework.
Yeah.
That was it.
That's the doozy, right? It can be.
And
Absolutely.
I'm going to tell you, I noticed. I would have been a great week if Sheldon wouldn't put that part in there. Because I noticed with me, that's like, okay, stop. I'm spilling out the wrong stuff on driving. So,
Yeah.
so it affected one person.
That's awesome.
Myself. So thanks, Sheldon, for making me have to think.
That was fun. That was fun.
Been a great week over here. Congratulations. Sheldon is starting a position eventually. I'm not sure when you're actually starting it, but
Monday.
kudos to him. He's moved himself. Monday?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Okay. I was going to talk to him about it afterwards, so I guess okay, good to know. So kudos to him, and so everything great week. Phoenix, Arizona weather. I'm saying Mesa, Arizona weather is wonderful right now.
Beautiful.
So we finally are staying in the 80s. We're not in the 120s, and we've been 100 for so long. So it's beautiful. I'm loving life right now. So, but go ahead.
Yeah, we call the show Next Level Real Talk, right? So we're just talking about real stuff, life that happens, right? And so the thing we wanted to talk about today just sort of came from real life, right?
Yep.
We had a guest who was scheduled, and some stuff came up for them, and they had to opt out and say, life is happening, and unfortunately won't be able to make it, right? So ended up saying no, and it kind of got us talking and thinking about. That's a beautiful thing. It's sometimes really hard for us to do, right?
Yeah, it's hard to say no.
I feel like I have to, right? And then what I've always talked about, what we have always talked about on this podcast was, where you do something from, not what you do, but where you do it from. Are you doing something from a place of guilt, obligation, have to, all those things? Or are you doing it from a place of your heart where you're feeling joy, where you're feeling connected to that, where it feels right? And sometimes it's hard to honor that, right? Sometimes it's hard to honor that. Oh, I said yes, I have to keep going. I can't change my mind. Things can't come up in life, and, there are situations and circumstances where discipline can be a thing. Like, let's say you're trying to work out and commit yourself to better health, and if you don't want to do your workout or whatever. There are times where you can say, I committed to myself, and I'm going to push through a little bit of a barrier.
Yeah.
But oftentimes, when we make commitments like social commitments, if it doesn't feel right anymore, honoring that can be hard. right? And
And
so
if you if you say if you do it without saying no, just say yes. Okay, you already committed to it. It's like, oh my gosh, but I got this going. If you go and you're not really giving yourself of you, then you're not really there. Are
right,
you really there?
right.
Um, you're regretting being there, so
Yeah.
you're not giving yourself.
You're
Um,
you could be
you're
annoyed that you're
rushed.
there. You
Yeah,
be
you're rushed because you got that. Now you have something else afterwards. You're
say,
like, I
yeah,
gotta get this done. I gotta get over here.
yeah,
Um, like let's just use a guest, okay? Like one of our guests that couldn't be here. It's okay that that person cannot be here because if that person was here and was regretting it and was tired or going through life, something was going on, that whole person is not going to come out. They're not going to be
right,
able to present themselves with whatever we're talking about that day. So you want to be the whole person you are, not
right,
just like, okay, I'm going to give you 5 minutes and go because I said yes. I'm just going to get out here and go.
right,
You're not there and you're
right,
not giving what you need to give.
right.
So,
It's that whole thing about being present, like you were saying, right?
mhm,
Is somebody
yeah,
and oftentimes I think we go through life and we're never not never, but it's shocking how much we are not present where we are, you
mhm,
know? Ram Dass had that book called Be Here Now. It's like be here, right where you are
mhm,
now, right in this
now.
moment. Right?
And,
Because
and the one thing that we talked a long time ago, that one thing that I just realized that was me saying no, um, was in the library when people come and talk to me.
yep,
And I had to stop and say, "No, I can't answer that right." Basically, I didn't say no, it's like, "Hey, give me a minute to
right,
finish this, and you got my full attention."
yep,
Because basically, I wasn't giving them my full attention, and they
yep,
weren't getting the right answer they needed.
right,
Because I have to say, "What was it you said?" Because I
yep,
wasn't paying attention.
right.
So,
You
basically, I
weren't
was in an
present.
indirectly way saying no,
Yes, 100% you
and
were.
I was saying no and did it, and then once I was done, I gave them 100%. So then
Yep,
I was really vested in it, what was going
yes,
on.
yes,
And I like what you just said because I wasn't present.
yep,
I wasn't.
yep,
It's like, "Hey, let me finish it. I'll turn, and now
yep,
let me talk to you,
yep,
not have you talk to me and me be doing
yeah,
something else."
yep.
So,
And
big.
it feels like a little thing sometimes, but it's actually a really huge thing, is, it's being authentic to yourself, to where you are, to what your own personal needs are, right? And I think that is one of the most loving things we can do. We say talk about love healing all things, love, um, love casting out fear, that unconditional love, and that the thing that we have to learn how to do is be unconditionally loving to ourselves,
Mhm,
right? And that sometimes in doing that, in honoring where we are and loving ourselves, we have to draw boundaries. And that's where the no comes in, right? The ability to say no sometimes, um, in order to be loving and honoring of ourselves. So
mhm.
it was something that is one of those things that's so simple and kind of minor, like
Yeah.
2 texts, whatever. Hey, can
Mhm,
make it, fine, but it kind of started this train of thought for us where we were talking about it, where it can mean a lot more. And it's something that is worth just sitting down and contemplating a little bit and just saying, hey, because that's authenticity, right? And I think one of the things you see right now in the world is so many people are not authentically themselves. You see
mhm.
that a lot of times in celebrities or musicians, and they have an image that they're trying to create. And even with podcasters, right? They're trying to create an image of themselves as always happier. Social media does that, right? People are taking pictures of their food and how beautiful it is. And then you find out that they didn't even eat it because they were on some weird diet and you know what I mean, or whatever,
Yeah.
right? So being authentic, being present in the moment that you're in,
Mhm,
being willing to say no when it's something's not aligning for you, even if in school. And I know Dave, when we were growing up, and you were so popular, and you were always getting invited to a million. I think it still happens to you to this day, right?
yeah.
You just have
Uh-huh.
your posse, your wolf pack is a beautiful thing. You have a lot of
Mhm.
friends, but it also sometimes creates a lot of commitments, right? A lot of
Yes.
places to
Mhm.
go, invitations to a lot of things. And I think there was a period of time in your life where you had a hard time saying no to those things, right? And
Yes.
then
Very
right?
hard time.
And
Never
then you
said
would
no.
feel and sometimes you would go irritated, right? You're like,
Mhm.
"I don't really wanna be here, but I
I'm
have
so
to."
tired. I don't wanna go to this. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Those kinds of
And
things,
that's not a
right?
good way to do it. Looking back, it's like, wow, that
Yeah.
sucked
Yeah.
that I
Were
did
you
that
really
'cause it
you? Were you your best you while you were there? No. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
and
You didn't wanna be
it
there.
not only sucked for me because I was
Yeah.
allowing it to happen, it sucked
Yeah.
for those that I was with
Yeah. You weren't giving
because
them your
I'm not giving
best.
myself. I'm just like,
Yes.
"Meh, I'm here."
Yeah. Yeah.
which is
Yeah.
sad. By the way, if you do remember those, if you're listening to those, and I was part of that, I'm sorry. Way back when.
There you go.
Um, but that's the same thing at school and work. I
Yeah.
always say yes.
Yeah.
Yes, 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 and
Yeah.
people said, "You need to start saying no." I
Yes.
go, "You're right."
And we were
And
talking
that's
about that last week with maybe the stuff coming up with the health stuff might be a way
mhm.
of forcing you to slow down, right?
Yes, exactly.
So
I mean, no. I mean, yes, yeah. Yeah, sorry.
negative is a positive, a positive is a negative. We were
Positive and
talking
negative.
about it's like a blood
Exactly.
test. Is a negative
You
good
know,
or a positive good?
I know. By the way, I have to
So
message you
the
people. Got
the
my test results and they said it was negative, so I was like, "Oh, it's positive."
yeah,
That's what we're talking about. But yeah, so it makes me, this little bit makes me think about, okay, what do I need to do? And now it's like, okay, what's more important is what I look at, and eventually become to know.
yeah,
And I've told people that I said, "Hey, I can do this." They come in and I say, "I can do it. I can't do it right now. I'm
yeah.
leaving in 5 minutes. I'll do it tomorrow." Well, I need it today. Well,
You can't do it. Yeah.
can't do it.
Sorry. Yeah.
It's like, and it's not in a mean way. It's just like, hey, this is where I am.
Right.
And so and the ability to say no also comes from those who you're having to say no to. Like, the person that we were asking to be on the show, um, could say no because there's an understanding that we understand,
Yep.
that's okay.
Yep.
Yeah, we want that person on here. Yes, because
Yes.
it's so exciting. But when life happens, life happens.
Yeah.
You got to adjust with that.
Yeah.
So when you're around people and you're doing things, be careful because who you're talking to, and associating with. If you're
Yeah.
associating with people that cannot take a no from you, that may not be something you want to be involved with. I
Beautiful,
hate to
dude.
say it that way
100%.
because that's
Beautiful.
like, wait, I'm gonna
Yep.
have to say yes to them every time,
Mhm.
or I'm in trouble with them every time.
That's that
You know?
codependent thing, right? Where one is sort
Yes.
of manipulating the other and of course they love you because you do everything they want all the time.
Yeah. Mhm. Exactly.
You never
You're not saying no, and
yeah,
it's okay to say no. It's
yeah,
okay,
yeah,
it's just, "Hey, I've got this, this, and this. I can't do it right now."
yeah,
"What do you mean? I understand you got that, but I got this, this, and this."
yeah.
You know?
So
So
it's last time we were talking about Eckhart Tolle's book, The Power of Now, and a little
mhm.
modification on that we can talk about is the power of no.
Yeah,
Right? The
it's
power
it's like
of no.
yeah, and the power of as we say, power of no, and also the power of yes. Because
Yes.
when you do say yes, that means you mean it.
Yes.
It's
Beautiful.
not just,
Mhm.
"Oh, well, Smithers will do it. Ask him, he'll take care of it." Like, "Well, I'm
Yep.
always saying yes." It's like now
Yeah.
it's like, "Oh, he said yes. He's really interested in this.
Yeah.
This is
I
what he really
mean,
wants to do."
it's beautiful,
And
dude.
there's a lot of things, obviously, for those that know, or I guess for those that don't know, I retired and now I'm back at North. And so I was at North my entire career. So it's my home and that's my love North High School and I want it to work. I want it to be a good school. And several things when I got back, I said, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that because it's too much. I'm retired basically. This is
Yep.
my retirement job.
Yep.
Um, and graduation was my thing. It was I
Coordinating and running the whole
ran.
graduation
I ran it.
program. Yep.
Me and a
Which is a
co-chair.
lot.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just us 2
Yeah.
because I wanted to control freak. Here we are, control freaks anonymous. Um, because if I gave something out and it came back wrong, I have to do it anyway. It's like, well, I might as well just do it right the first time.
Mhm.
I hate to say it that way. Sorry for everybody that is in part of that. But eventually started giving stuff out and doing things. Um, when went back, there was already a committee on graduation. And my daughter goes, "You're doing graduation?" I said, "No, I'm not doing graduation. I'm part of a committee
Yeah.
on graduation." Yes, I do some important things with the speakers. I'm the one that goes up that starts the ceremony. Um, but it's not everything.
Yeah.
It was a no. When they came and asked me, "Hey, do you want to do graduation?" I said, "No." I outright said no.
Yeah.
And they go, "No, no, no. Be on the committee." I said, "I'll be on the committee, but I will not run graduation by
Yeah.
myself again.
Yeah.
I can't do that.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be in charge. Someone else is in charge, but I have this, this, and this. I have small parts,
Yeah.
which are big, but they're
Yeah.
small. I don't have everything."
Yeah.
Um, and so now I've got to the point to where, and like when we started the charge forward, we're trying to change our our theme at the school. Like that's our motto: Mustangs charge forward, charge
Mhm.
forward. That I said yes to, and they know that. Okay, he's vested in that.
Yeah.
Okay, let's not give him this, this, this,
Yep.
and this. Let's just
Yep.
have him push here and here.
I
So
think
my 2 things at North High School are graduation and charge forward.
yeah.
That's it.
So, so I guess the message of that, right, is that when you learn to say no, your yeses have more power.
Exactly.
Your yeses
Yeah.
even become more potent. Everything becomes more
Mhm.
potent. But, and it's ultimately about being authentic to who you are, where you are, and that could be physically, time constraints, right? But it could also be just
Mhm.
mentally, emotionally, energetically,
Yep.
spiritually, right? Because you could theoretically be able to say yes to something and just not want to because it's not right at this moment, and that's okay, you know
Yeah.
right? It doesn't have to be,
Exactly.
oh, I'm busy, I got another thing. It can just be like, I don't want to go. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I
Or
just
I don't
don't
want
wanna
to
do
do it.
this right now.
You
Yeah.
know and that's
Mhm.
okay too, right? So it doesn't matter. You don't need a reason or an excuse. You are the reason. You are enough,
Mhm.
right? So you're where you are, where your health is, where your mind is, where your energy is, where your beingness is in that moment
Mhm.
is enough to say
And
no.
all you need to say is, "I can't do that right now."
Yep.
And like,
Beautiful.
I means maybe me within me.
Yep.
I may be because I'm busy.
Hmm.
I may be because I've already have plans, or
Yeah.
just the basic, I
Yep.
can't do it right now.
Yep.
I got something going on. I
Yep.
can't do it. And you said your yeses become more powerful and your no's become more respected
Yeah. Beautiful.
at that point.
Yeah.
Because the no's are hard to say and to take,
Mm-hmm.
but if people hear you say no and understand why you're saying no, not you have to say it to them, they're like, "Okay, that's their peace time.
Mhm,
Let
mhm,
them have whatever is going on in their
mhm.
world," you know? So I think it goes both ways
Yeah.
exactly as you're saying. No,
Yep,
yeses are more potent and
yep,
nos are more respected.
yep.
So,
It's
which is
beautiful.
good because it's hard. It's hard to get say a no though sometimes
Yeah.
because you're like, "Oh, I don't wanna
Sometimes.
upset them."
Yeah,
It's a personal thing. I don't wanna upset these people, and
yeah,
but understand that if that's the person that knows you, loves you, and respects you, they're gonna accept that no,
yep. And if
you
they
know?
don't or they really have a hard time, then that's something you need to look at too, right? Because that might
Mhm.
not be the right kind of person in your life if they, can't honor
Yes.
you when you're saying no. Maybe there's some weird dynamic there that needs to be looked
Mhm.
at, right?
Or conversation. Hey,
Yeah,
just understand when I say no, I'm not doing it to be mean. I'm doing it because
yeah,
I need this.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
one of my friends, Alex Bachman, God bless you, Alex. She's my work daughter at North. So when when all this went down, I said I think a couple episodes ago, she made me create a sign because like don't you can't talk right now because you're having a hard 'cause I was having a hard time anxiety wise of talking to
Mhm,
people. I'd go
mhm,
into a situation, so I had to write a couple students. If you need something, ask Smithers. Blah 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 blah. Here's what you do. Staff, and it says on top, yes, Smithers loves to talk, but and then the staff says you can ask something, but don't prolong it. He needs time. So it's basically
interesting.
respect my space, you
Yeah,
know? But
yeah.
and there's one, 2, 3, 4 around the main part of the circulation desks. When people come in, they look at it and they go, "Okay." And I know that those that really respect it look at it and say, "Hey, Smitty, can you get me paper?"
Yeah,
Go get them colored paper, and
yeah,
it's not a long conversation.
yeah,
But then there's some that come in, they wanna start having this long conversation
yeah,
about whatever,
yeah.
and it's like, my
It
student
gets
assistants are great. They're like, Smitty, we need you to look at something here real quick."
they
And they're
pull
just
you
sitting there
away.
doing nothing. They pull me
Wow,
away.
that's beautiful. They got your
Yeah.
back.
Yep. And I tell them, I go, "Someone starts talking to me and I can't get away from them."
Yeah.
They're like, "Hey, come over a minute." "Oh, I gotta go. We'll talk later." And I walk away. So they give me an excuse. So, but I don't have that much because people do respect that little note. And I sent it to Alex,
Yeah.
and she's like, and she read it. She goes, "I love it. Put it up." And so I put it up, and it's still up there. It's just like, "Hey,
Nice.
just respect
Nice,
my
dude.
space."
Yes.
And so that's and sometimes and it's hard for me to do that going like, "Wait, I'm telling people not to ask me questions or not to talk to me?"
Yeah.
It's like, "No, I'm asking them to respect my space of
Yeah.
where I am right now."
Yeah.
So, knowing that now if it was just me saying, "I don't want to talk to you anymore." It's just, "No, I'm having issues. I'm
Yeah.
having medical issues, so I need to
Yeah.
slow down and do
Uh,
this, this, and this."
yeah.
So so it's good. It's good. So be willing to step back
Yeah.
and ask for support and
Yep.
ask for to be able to say no and to be able to
Yep.
do what you need to do so because it's there it's hard to say no,
Yep.
um, but know that you can, and do it from within and in a good space, and then
Yeah.
I think people will respect you with those no's
Yep.
and really respect those yeses a lot more,
Yep.
so which is really good. So I love it.
F
I love
Pretty
that part.
straightforward, pretty simple. I think we're
Yeah.
going right into the homework.
Okay. Homework is just one as you're going through the week. think of like, is this something I should have said no to? And
Yep.
if it is,
Yep.
adjust.
Is it a real when I'm saying yes, is that a
Mm,
real yes in my heart? Am I
yes,
a
good
full
point.
body yes about that? People have talked about, full body. Do I feel that in my body and I'm excited and it's something I want to do? Or is it a, ugh, you
Yes.
have to, yes, right? And if it's a have to, ugh, and your body's saying no, but your mouth is saying yes, maybe you need to change that to a no and just say, you know what? Right. So
Yeah.
you're
So,
noticing, are your yeses real yeses and are your no's
mhm.
real no's?
So in other words, like I've learned to feel my body and like what's going on in it and go like, okay, this is something's going on. I gotta fix this. Um, feel your yes
Yes.
and feel your no.
Yes.
Is it truly within your heart? Like,
Hmm.
this is something I really want to do, or
Hmm.
I'm doing it because I'm kind of being forced to.
Hmm.
Then, so you're gonna have several. You're gonna be like, yeah, this is a
Yeah.
yes, I can do this.
Yeah.
And maybe if Sheldon asks you something, say, hey, let me think about that a second.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
and maybe a quick second, and
Yep.
maybe give me a minute, and I'll get back to you. And go, okay, in your heart, go like, is this something I can do?
Yeah,
Yes, I
maybe a
can.
couple of days, right? Maybe
Yeah,
you have to really sit with something, maybe
yeah.
it's a big ask they're asking you, and you really
Oh,
wanna sit
totally.
with that,
Mhm,
whatever that
and be
is.
s and be good.
Mhm.
Or if it's a quick reaction, if it's just like, "Yeah, I'll do it," like, okay, then that make sure it's good within your heart
Yep.
as you're saying that, though.
Mhm.
And then a no, make sure that you're like, "I can say this safely and say no because I have this." And you can even say, "No, I can't give myself 100% to that, and I
Yep.
really wanna be able to give myself 100%, and I can't right now,
Yep.
but later on I can do that,"
Beautiful,
or
dude.
something.
Perfect.
So,
Yep.
yeah, there's your homework.
Here's your
So,
homework. This
yeah,
was
and that actually goes back to our last episode of what's spilling out in you.
Yeah.
What's actually spilling out?
Yep.
It's like, is that the true honesty? Am I saying a yes honestly and a no honestly?
Yep.
So what's spilling out? Is that kindness, or are you spilling out? Oh God, I got to do this.
Because,
So
yeah, sometimes when you say the yes when it should have been a no, then that resentment is in there, and then that's what ends up
mhm,
spilling out.
spilling out. So
Beautiful. Perfect.
yep,
It all ties together.
yeah, it's amazing how life works, isn't it? So, oh my gosh. So everybody out there, make sure you have a great week. Keep that smile on, and know we love you out there. Make sure you
Yep. And
like, subscribe, share it. Make comments if you need to, ask questions if you need to. Don't be afraid to reach out, and forever and ever keep that smile on.
and your yeses are real yeses and your nos are real nos, and you're,
Correct.
honoring yourself, and yes, we love you. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you on the next one. Take care.
Yep. Have a great week.